Then wait. Just wait. I'll give you a chance. Swapna, go ahead.
Namaste, Guruji. Um, I heard you say apeksho. Here it is apekshyo. Shyo.
Oh,
Raswa,
wait.
ksha and ya o. I mean yo.
Apekshaha. It is apekshaha. Correct. It is not
Mm,
apekshoyam. It is apekshyoyam.
okay.
Apekshaha. So yeah, apekshaha. So it is. It's in passive voice. With them being considered, with such people qualified being considered. How about that? Putting it in passive voice. Not in consideration of them. With them being considered. Okay, that's what is apekshaha. Yeah.
Dhanyawad.
Yeah, Hariji, question, and then we have Hemaji and Vidya. Yeah, Vidya may have to go. I think she sent me a note earlier. So Vidya, why don't we start with you?
Okay.
Namaste ji. My question is, I think in the last class you were talking about Narada having this question of, I have studied everything, all the four Vedas, but still I am not, my sorrows have not disappeared. So the question I have is, if he has studied all the four Vedas, he would have known about Atma, and that is the source of all, attaining that is the way to go beyond sorrows. And he had access to Narayana. So, how is it that he was full of sorrows, and why is it that he had to come to Sanat Kumara to get this?
Yeah. So this is a good question. I mean, every question is good, but this is a deeper question, right? Obvious question also to some extent that we may miss out. He says, I am a Chaturvedi. Atma Vidya is coming from Upanishad only, which is part of the Veda. So if you have studied the four Vedas, you must have studied the Upanishad. And if you have studied the Upanishad, you know Atma. Why are you saying I am na Atmavid? I am a Mantravid, natu Atmavid. Why do you say that? That is the question. Correct?
Yes, yes.
So the answer is this. When somebody says, I studied the Veda, you have to just go to a Veda Patashala to answer this question. The Veda Patashala person will not ask this question. Okay? Because he knows that when he studies the four Vedas, generally they study one Veda, sometimes two Vedas also, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi also is there. When they study the four Vedas, typically they have memorized it. Typically memorized it, number one. Number one, memorized it. Memorizing the Veda is the duty of a Brahmana. If I have to call myself a Brahmana, I must have memorized the Veda. Otherwise, this Brahmana business is just a label I carry around. Okay? Brahmana. Anyway, so this guy knows the Veda, correct? He has memorized the Veda. Not only that, number two, the Veda has two big portions. Two portions, one is called Karma Kanda, other is Jnana Kanda. This Jnana Kanda is the one we refer to as Upanishad because it talks about something we must know. Then what about the remaining thing is something we need not know? No, that also you must know. But it makes you do stuff. Karma Kanda. Knowing alone is not enough. You have to do something. It is like a recipe book. Recipe book will not satisfy my hunger, will not appease my hunger. You have to put it in action. Only then the recipe book will work for you. That is called Karma Kanda. That he has done. Every Veda Patashala graduate is ready to do that. That is why they become Ritviks and we invite them to our home so they can officiate our karma, our Vedic rituals. Narada is saying, without saying, that that's who I am. I've memorized the four Vedas. I know the Karma Kanda. But I don't know the Jnanakanda. Why? Because they didn't teach me. They didn't teach me. And they won't tell you that the child will not know that they didn't teach me all this. Later on, he figures out, oh my God, there is something called Upanishad. I can even chant the Upanishad very well. And these Vedanta students don't know to chant the Upanishad. I know to chant it, he will say. But guess what? What you are studying, my God, I don't know. Because I have not heard this kind of talks before. That is why he says, I am a mantravit, natu atmavit. I know the mantras. I know the mantras. I can memorize. I memorized it. I know it. If you make a mistake, I can tell you, you made a mistake chanting that mantra. That's how I know it. The tattvam of the Upanishad, I don't know. That is the meaning, Vidya.
But he's a devotee of Vishnu, right? So it is said that whenever he wants, he can go to the Vishnu Loka and all that, right? So it seems a little interesting that he has that bhakti and yet he says that he doesn't know.
So careful. What Vidya is saying is, this man can go to any loka. There is no customs officer checking for his visa. Okay, that kind of travel, he's a diplomatic passport. Okay, and he can go to any country. They say the diplomatic passport, yes, please go. That is the man he is. Long before we came up with all this, he is already there. But again, go back to the point. He can go to Vishnu Loka, has nothing to do with Atma at all. He can want whatever he wants. Within what framework, what terrain? Dharma, Artha, Kama terrain. He gets it all. Dharma, Artha, Kama, he knows it all. That big list he gave, last class I read it out to you. And that is all explained to you. That is all within the what terrain? Dharma, Artha and Kama terrain. Going to Vishnu Loka is which terrain? This is going to be a bit of a shock for many of you.
Is it Artha and Kama?
I'm just cautioning you. I'm giving you anesthesia right away because I don't want you to fall like this. Okay?
Artha and Kama.
Artha and Kama. It doesn't come under Dharma also. See that. Look at the beauty. It doesn't even come under Dharma. Dharma means what? It is my duty. No, it is not your duty to go to Vishnu Loka. Artha and Kama. I want to experience more and more stuff. I want to be there because my Shastram talks about it. It can't be false. That much Shraddha I have in my Shastram. I want to go there. What do you want to go there? Because I can be happier there. Oh, there you go, Kama. I'm not happy here. I want to be happy there. Shastram says I will be happy there. Yeah, correct. It is true. We believe it is true and there's nothing wrong in saying I want to go there. But it comes under Kama category. I'll pause with that. Vidya, if you have any questions, you continue asking.
No, yeah, I think I understood that. But it was interesting that he had such a question. I understood. Thank you.
And to me, that is interesting that he found it interesting that to ask a question because that shows Narada is not different from me when it comes to Brahma Vidya. And it tells me now that, my God, despite all these accomplishments, I can be a Atma Ajnani and I can suffer sorrow. That means now I can calibrate my life. Correct? I can now calibrate my life means what? I can decide what I need not do, where I should focus my attention.
So even when you are going to see Vishnu, it is still duality. It's not like you're seeing God.
You are welcome to see God, but God is now an object of your perception.
Correct.
This is not the God. Nobody told me that God is this God. I don't have time for all this nonsense. That God is this God and all. I've never had time for all that. I'm seeing God. He's another guy. He protects me. He gives me a Kama and Artha. So therefore, I will do namaskar to him. It's no different than me doing namaskar to politicians here, because I need their blessings to do whatever I have to do here. That is what it is. Now, Vishnu is different, no doubt. He's Sarva Vyapi. He's watching the game. He's trying to see if you understood all these things or not. That is he wants to bless us. See, Vishnu has two hands and he has two pockets also. Okay. The right pocket, right pocket is in the Dharmartha Kama pocket. Left pocket, his hands are in Moksha pocket. He is waiting to give that to somebody who asks for moksha. Who is asking for moksha? Please tell me. Please tell me.
Yeah.
They say going to Vishnu Loka is called moksha. That is what they will say. Fine. If that is your definition of moksha, then you made it. Then after that what? Still you are a devotee in front of Vishnu or not? I will ask. You have to worship Vishnu even after going to moksha? Then you are bound. Because now your happiness is dependent on somebody else's wholeheartedness. That is not moksha. That's not the moksha we are talking about. And so this is a big topic. We'll discuss all these things along the way. But I hope you got the general idea.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Namaste,
Yeah,
Guru.
Hari, then Hema and Shanti.
Hari Om Guruji. Guruji, what is the correct translation of ego? Is it I or me?
For that you have to look at Webster. Who am I to tell the meaning of ego? Webster has to tell. I'm going to give you a different answer. See, sometimes who am I to give the definition of ego? You look up Webster, you look up all these dictionaries and let them tell you the definition of ego. I don't use the word ego in my talks.
Okay.
Did you ever see me using the word ego? Rarely. I never used. It is not there in my vocabulary at all. Why? Because it is only confusing. Ahankara is enough for me. Or Kartritvam is enough for me. Karta is enough for me. These words are enough for me. I don't need to use the word ego. Ahankara is good enough for me. So ego, again, in English we use ego. And it depends. Depends on what context you use it. So again, that is context based. Egoism, egotistic and all is one context. And ego. I don't know if they use it in a benign context, it is used or not, I don't know. I don't know really. I really don't.
So when, sorry.
Now you understood the answer.
No, when you say ahankara, is it I or me?
Okay, you tell me the difference between I and me, then I'll answer your question. What do you mean by I and what do you mean by me? Then I'll tell you.
No, if I say me, then I have got a possessive attitude. But
Okay.
if I say I need not have a possessive attitude.
Alright, so that's your definition. Good. So based on that definition, that's what mama, we say ahankara and mamakara. You're saying that the English word I in your mind is I sense and ahankara, and then me is mamakara, that mind sense, the mind sense. Anything that belongs to me, that sense of possession, including the body which belongs to me, is what you're saying. Correct? That's what I think you're saying. Okay, mamakara is a derivative of ahankara. I'll put it that way. Derivative.
Okay.
Derivative. Okay. Without ahankara, there is no mamakara. But without mamakara, ahankara can be there.
Okay.
Think about it.
Okay. I have one more small query. When now Vidyaji was asking you about Vishnu and all, can we compare when I am praying only to Vishnu, that is Ekarupa, but Vedanta is asking me to transport from Ekarupa to Vishwarupa?
Right. So when we study Vedanta, we get exposed to these ideas. Where the Nama Rupa becomes a big topic of discussion and study. And so the minute I attribute a Rupa to my Devata, Vishnu,
Yeah.
like Vishnu, then okay, Vishnu has a form, and that's critical for me. I need a form. Every human being needs that form to relate to.
Yeah.
You can't relate to formless. You can
Yeah.
only relate to form. That is why we hang a picture of our own daughter and son who have graduated in our house. Why? If you don't hang a picture, do you lose something?
No.
No, you don't lose. You don't lose your daughter just because you don't have a picture of your daughter in your house. Okay, but then you still do. Why? Because now I can relate to her. When I see her, she comes. She just comes in my mind. At least let that picture be a reminder of my beautiful daughter, my loving daughter. And so you have pictures of people. I'm surrounded by these pictures. So I'm surrounded by love. Because I'm lost in so many things. At least when I come and see them, I can relate to them. So that's why Vishnu also is required for me. And so that's a big story. And so Vishnu Dhyanam is there, Vishnu Puja is there. My whole devotion is around that Ishta Devata. Fine. That Ishta Devata evokes the devotion in me. You can't do a puja to somebody whom you don't respect. But if you see somebody as Sarva Vyapi, Sarvajnaha, Sarva Shaktiman, then my surrender is complete. Complete. And so I need that Vishnu. Then Ekarupaha. Then when we come to Vedanta, we begin to slowly discuss this and slowly say, this is also a Rupa. Then Vishwarupa, Arjuna was told this Vishwarupa in Bhagavad Gita. Means what? Hey, all these forms are all Ishvara's forms only. Vishnu is also okay, Shiva is also okay, Brahma also if you want, okay, and any other Ishta Devata, okay, and people, trees, animals, galaxies, everything is a form of Ishvara only. You can visualize anything and say, I see Ishvara in that. I see Bhagavan in that. And this bird is building a nest. Look at how beautiful the nest is. I close my eyes and do half an hour meditation on that bird building the nest. Ishvara at work. And Ishvara at work means Ishvara only. Then now, suddenly my vision is changing now. Vision is gradually shifting, changing to look at everything as being in order. And that order itself is Bhagavan. That order itself is Bhagavan. Not something produced out of the order. That also is Bhagavan. Order also is Bhagavan. When order itself is Bhagavan, then it's only a matter of time before Advaita becomes real for me. So Vishwarupa. Then what about me, Atma? Arupaha. What about Brahma? Arupaha. How? Hey, every Rupa is sustained by Arupa only. So like that we go. And so Ekarupa, Anekarupa, Vishwarupa, and then Arupa. That's why Arup Chatterjee, you see all these names. That is, people were there. Our acharyas, our ancestors, they knew what it is. Rupa word is also there. That is different. But Arupa also is there. Thank you, Hariji.
Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Hema, then Shanti.
Guruji, namaste. This Vitaragi and Vigataragi, both are same meaning, right?
Yeah, let's go
Vitaha
slowly.
Ragaha Esya Sahava.
Yeah, so let's go slowly.
Vita also means Gata, yeah?
Correct. Vita. Vipurvaka in Gatau. Correct. So Ragaha, Vigataha
Yasya
Ragaha. Vigata. Wait a
Yasya
minute.
Atva Ismat.
No, wait. Slow down. Just wait. Vigataha Ragaha Yasya Saha. The one from whom Raga has gone is called Viragi. Viragasya Bhavaha Vairagyam. Now, Vitaraginam. So, Vitaragi is plural. Shashti. So, Vitaraginam. So, Pratipadikam is Vitaragi or Vitaragin.
Vitaragin, Nakaranta. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that Panchavarshani, there is an alternate version. Lalayet and Tadayet. That is what I have learned. For 5 years, Lalayet, 10 years, Tadayet. And then the second half is the same as you said.
That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, and they will send you to
Nowadays,
jail.
yes.
No, they will send you to jail if you say these things. So you don't say that.
Correct. It doesn't apply in this era. And நம்ம எங்க பாட்டி சொல்லுவா லங்கனம் பரம ஔஷதம். When you said ajirne bhojanam visham, I remember that langanam parama ஔஷதம். Thank you,
Right.
Guruji.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, Shanti, go ahead.
Guruji. These few days, Guruji, I'm excluded from doing certain things. So, first thing, I've lost discipline. And the second thing, I have been indulging in films and all those stuff these few days. Monday, Wednesday, no class also. So that 1 hour has been cut. Me staying with Vedanta is cut. But I could have wisely used that time, but until I sat for today's class, I never realized that I have not wisely used that time. Despite being in Vedanta, despite that Vedantic study, does it mean I'm ruled by my sensory pursuits, and or if my behavior in this way is okay? Is it a part of the learning journey? Am I? So I don't have the basic the Shadga Shampati, all those qualities. Adhikaritvam is still not up to the mark. What does that mean, Guruji? But for sure, I know I'm not caught up in my sensory pursuits. I'm not caught up, that I know. Since now the time is so, I spent the time like that, that's all. But once you gave the homework, that was done I have spent some time doing the homework and all. I could have listened to some other still more satsang or something, but until this end of the class, I never realized I've used up my time in that way. What does that mean?
Right. So, again, self-assessment, checking us out. Am I doing the right things? Am I using time properly? Am I getting lost in certain things? All these doubts we have. Self-doubt is always there, and so all of us are in that journey. You're not the only person in this journey, and everybody's life will get reorganized when they go through these classes. Correct? Will get reorganized. Priorities will shift. Like like in the airport, you see, and they used to have this flight names. Every minute the board is changing. Because flights are taking off. Another new flight is coming. So board is constantly changing. Platform is changing in the airport. Gates are changing in the airport. And so in the railway station. So all these things are happening. Like this, our life also is undergoing change now. Until now, there was no change at all. Until now, it was all LG. Life's good. And now, thanks to Vedanta, all shuffling starts happening. Shuffling. So nothing wrong. This is how it is, Shanti. This is how it is. And if you are different, very different today than say 1 year ago?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. Okay. Absolutely yes. If you are going to be different today, if you are different today than 1 year ago, 1 year from now, what do you think you will be?
Far better. Still far better.
See how much confidence you have, Shanti. I wish I have that kind of confidence. She has so much confidence in herself. My God, Uddared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Asadye. She is a perfect example. Okay. So that much confidence you have. So then what's the problem?
So it's still okay, isn't it? No, the thing is about the sensory mastery over the sense organs that you were telling today. Why it never struck me? Okay, why do you want to? Literally, I put Netflix and saw movies, Guruji. Earlier, I used to watch, but these few years I've stopped watching. But when I got the time, I don't know, that is the vasana I've been carrying forward or what? I don't know.
Yeah. So if it makes you feel any better, I also felt like seeing a movie. Okay, I've not seen a movie in a very long time. So I like to see this, the freedom fighters and all that, their lives and all how it was. I have a liking for that. And so this Bengal story or some Bengal files, this man has taken a movie. His name is what is his name?
Vivek Agnihotri.
Agnihotri, yeah, Vivek Agnihotri took that movie. So I've been wanting to see that. And it's been postponing, and so I want to see it. So now what happens? Do I have mind control or no?
If you can say like that, then I feel better. It's okay for us also. It is
Okay, if it makes you feel better, then just leave it at that. Let's stop the discussion. Feel better about it. Okay. Now, I may or may not see it because time I have to buy some time somewhere. But that's okay. Whether I see it or not is irrelevant to you. But the idea is there. Why is the idea is there? Hey, Vedanta doesn't say you should not watch a movie. But if I'm spending 6 hours a day watching movies, then I have a problem. Now, a sannyasi doesn't have to do anything technically. All dharma is gone. What if a sannyasi watches? Can he watch 3 hours movies, 4 hours? Okay, those are all hypothetical questions. What we have to ask is what is relevant to us. What is relevant to us? You already said I am better today than a year ago, 2 years ago, and I am going to be better 1 year from now. Also, you have said. Then what more? I hope everybody can make such a bold statement. A flower is blossoming. It cannot blossom a day sooner. A day sooner it cannot blossom. It needs its own time. And then it will blossom. We just allow it to happen. We don't interfere in that process. But you are making an attempt to do it. We don't interfere means you are making a willful attempt. I want to do this, I don't want to do it, etc. You are reorganizing your life. Reorganization comes only from free will. And that exercise of free will comes from your own knowledge of life and yourself. Therefore, the process is working. That's how it's supposed to work. Good. Thank you, Shanti. Shanti is a bit impatient, that's all. Impatient. I want moksha now. Why I am not getting moksha now?
very true, Guruji. Because the other things and all I used to, even if it doesn't come, I make it a point to achieve it if I want personally. But this one, I know I'm not still destined to be so lucky, but still I'm lucky, God's grace. That's all.
That's the best way to conclude. Yeah. There's a blessing is there. Our Acharya's blessings are there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So Shravana, then Ramu.
Guruji, when Shantiji talks, I can relate to a lot of what she says because those are the similar thoughts that are going in my mind also. So, like you said, she's impatient to get moksha. I have also become so impatient that I have been waiting to find a source, and finally I found the source, so I'm grabbing everything possible. So I don't know in the process how much I will be able to absorb. I'm just connecting to what Shanti says. Yeah, another question I had was regarding Artha and Kama. We have spoken here that when Kama becomes Artha, is like when somebody does something and we want to do that, it becomes Artha, it becomes a need. Like, for example, somebody has gone on a holiday and even we want to do it because they did it, it becomes Artha. Am I correct?
Not necessarily. You have to base the context again. We don't know. We can't best blanket say whether it is Artha or Kama. Hey, somebody went on a trip, on a cruise trip, and now I feel like going. I feel like going can be, if it is due to pressure, if it is due to pressure that I must also tell my friends that I have gone to that place, if that pressure is making me do it, it is Artha.
Okay. So
if all I want to do is, hey, these guys have gone there, do you all want to go there? Yes, we all want to go there, we'll go. That is Kama, pure Kama.
Okay. So only when we feel that we have to do what the peers do or anybody else does, it becomes artha because of the pressure, etc. Otherwise, we just know that, yes, okay, there is a place which we can go and we can enjoy, isn't it? Okay. Now, the other question I had was, we often desire things of what others have. The others have a big house, the others have gone, on a big holiday, the others have, a kind of jewelry or whatever, but we don't have. We often desire. But isn't that desire, can we take out just the desire and say that, yes, I want that diamond necklace that the person has, or a similar diamond necklace, or I want to go on the trip that the person went? Can we just take that and desire it? Or it comes with a package of that person has got the diamond necklace through certain experiences in life, through certain hard work. So she's there, she's achieved that big house, she's achieved that holiday because of that, and does, are we desiring the entire package? Unwittingly, unknowingly.
Yeah, we might desire the entire package also. We may envy people who are much wealthier than us. If I envy people who are much wealthier than us, then that means I want that package. I want the package. I want the package, very obvious. And the only way for me to get that package is to keep on accumulating what they have one by one only. I can't get two by two because I don't have that kind of a wealth right now. It's going to be one by one. And there's going to be limitations. So it can be one or both. We can't categorically say what it is. So it depends. Sometimes I just want one or two things from what I'm not interested in their car, and 3 cars they have. I don't need 3 cars. I don't even need 1 car. So there is vairagyam. So sometimes we'll have vairagyam on certain things. I want the jewelry, but this house and all I don't care for. That's also possible. So that our raga dveshas are all very, very nuanced and complicated, and so we can never
No,
make a
my question
general.
was, in desiring what they have, do we also attract their experiences in our life?
Do we attract their experiences in our life?
Does that become, because they have got it because of certain experiences in life, do we also, when we desire that thing, do we also, are we, without knowing, asking for those experiences?
Not necessarily. See, so they must have gone through traumatic experiences.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they've come to this point. I don't want their trauma. You keep your trauma with yourself. I only want that necklace. You keep all the ups and downs with yourself. I want only that stuff. So people are clear about that. We are very clear about it. We want only what we like. And don't give me all the other stuff.
Okay.
I want only the payasam on the thali. All these other bitter gourd juice and things you have in the thali, I don't need all that.
Okay.
White rice I don't want. I only take millets. So you keep all the stuff with me. I just want A and D. That's all. So we can't say that. We can't say all that.
So the other question was, when we want something, as long as we are not dragged down by that desire, it's okay to desire. Like, say, I want to go to New Zealand to do bungee jumping. I put it as bucket list. There's something called bucket list of, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Because I like adventure. As I went for my Himalayan treks, whatever, and now I also want to go to do that bungee jumping in New Zealand because I heard so much about it. Is it wrong to desire that, as long as it's not dragging down and, making me focus only on that thing and neglecting or, not paying attention to the other things?
Yeah, so nowhere Bhagavan Krishna or anybody says that you should not desire A, B, C or D. Dharma avriddha kamosmi. That's what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, kamaha, any desire which is not opposed to dharma, I am very much there in that. I am manifest as the desire in you and me, which is not opposed to dharma. So there he is categorical when it comes to right wrong. So if it is a desire that doesn't impact dharma at all, it is just a fancy, it's just a optional thing, then there is no prohibition to that. There is no prohibition at all. Only thing is this, we have to take care of this thing is there. So raga, mumukshutvam is that which is going to take me towards moksha, and all other things is going to take me away from moksha. So this balance we are always going to have to strike. Constantly striking a balance. Some people do things which are more in this moksha side. Some people are going to be on this side more and more. So with time we will move towards we will start cutting down certain activities which now you have grown out of. Previously it was a need. Now it is a want, and later on even the want will drop. Need means I can't survive without it. Want means it's one of the things to do. It'll be nice to go. It'll be nice to go on this vacation, bungee jumping. Previously it was a need. I have to. Now it's nice if I can go. Later on it will just drop off. It won't even be there in the list. That's the journey. But we don't condemn anybody for having all these desires. Please keep that in mind. Is it wrong to have a desire like this? No, it's not wrong to have the desire.
So, for example, a person who's taking alcohol or is smoking a cigarette, they may just do it when they are in a party, just one drink, one cigarette to be part of the social group, while they are not succumbing to alcohol or smoking. Is that okay?
So, the family members of that person have to answer the question. Do you know why? Because we have to ask the people who are impacted by this person smoking. Okay? And we don't know which direction he's going to go. If he is proved that this is not an addictive habit to himself and to others, and if it's not hurting his health according to his family, because family is what complains about the person smoking, then it may be okay. These are all very context dependent questions, right? You can't categorically say okay or not. Smoking, best not to smoke. Best. Suram na pibet, Veda also says that. Don't touch alcohol, he says. Why? Because we are asking for vivekam, vairagyam, samadhi, shatka sampatti, mumukshu. Big list is there, and now you put alcohol in that list. Then what is going to do to us? It's not going to help this person anymore. Already mind is not under control. Now you give alcohol. It's a waste. It's not needed. So blanket statement is there. Suram na pibet. Don't say. If no, wine is good for me, and they say it has some vitamin this, vitamin that, etc. Okay, vitamins are there in many other things also. Why only wine? If vitamin is is that what you want? Vitamins is what you want? Then I'll tell you 10 other ways to get the same vitamin you want. Okay, why wine? This fellow is he has a guilt. He has a guilt. He knows something wrong. Somehow I have to justify this. And so we say, be careful about alcohol. Smoking also same category, really speaking.
Because it leads to addiction.
It leads to addiction. So these addictive habits you better drop off. And there's no right and wrong. I will say it is wrong to smoke. Nothing wrong in saying it's wrong to smoke. Then why do these days, even in India they have it. These cartons, they have the pictures of cancerous lungs and all that. Picture of a cancerous lung is there. You don't even know. This is just so gory to even look at. Why they have it? Because they say one cigarette will lead to one packet a day. That's all. So in these matters, we have to be extremely careful, Shravanaji. Somebody who's trying to... I've had these discussions with people who are chronic drinkers, smokers. I've had these discussions. And I learned one thing. It is impossible to convince an alcoholic. It is impossible to convince a chain smoker. Impossible. I realized that that is not, it won't work. No amount of Vedanta will give that capacity to us to convince. No. Because they have better logic. They have come up with better logic than what I have. So I said, it won't work.
So here we can say that as long as that obsession, that habit is not controlling us, it is okay to have the habit. For example, I have a liking to collect certain things. But as long as that is not controlling me, it is fine. But I know where to stop, it is fine.
Yeah, like I said, there is no prohibition to anything as long as it is not opposed to dharma. Collecting whatever it is, whether stamps or antiques and all that, it's all okay. It's all part of life only. Somebody is collecting something else, you collect something else. That's all. That's the only difference. For that person, that plastic is valuable. For you, antiques are valuable. That's the only difference between these two collections. Some people collect books and somebody else collects some stamps. No, these are all comes under the, what category I should say? It's all the fancy category. It's all fancy category. It has nothing to do with our own survival itself. Basic survival, it doesn't come under that category. It comes under karma. It comes under karma. Karma only.
Aesthetic pleasure.
That's what we think. No, that's what we like to think. Because, we don't like people to call us, what kind of gross pleasure you are engaging in. So we'll say aesthetic pleasure. Okay? Aesthetic pleasure. Fine. Dharma viruddha kamosmi. That's what Krishna is saying. It doesn't, it is neither
7th
right
chapter.
Yeah, 7th chapter. Okay? Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji.
Right. So where to draw the line will be, is it at some point you yourself will say, I'm spending too much time in this. You yourself will say. Nobody else will have to tell you. You will come and say, no, this is enough. You'll grow out of it. Believe it or not, you'll grow out of it. Instead of collecting, you know what you will do? What will you do? You will start giving it away.
Giving away.
Absolutely, Guruji. We collect so
Where
many
is
things. Where
is collecting? Where is giving? They are opposites.
Totally.
You will surprise yourself sometimes. I'll tell you that.
There comes a time when you say, okay, I want to give away these things. I have had enough pleasure with them.
Then you'll have a new conflict. Who should I give it to? You won't obviously give it to anybody. Tom, Dick and Harry, you won't. So then that's a different problem to have. Anyway, thank you. Ramuji, go ahead.
2 comments. When you talked about the Dhruva, he was concentrating on the Lord. But the crane, which is always standing on the one leg, is concentrating on the fish, bigger fish that is going to come. The contrasting and just. And another point, you talked about left hand and right hand. Moksha being given by the right hand and the left hand. Swamiji says always the right, Paramarthanand is always the Krishna's right hand is paralyzed because he has always been giving Dharmartha Kama through the left hand. Right hand is always paralyzed, he says.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Comparison. Good.
Thank you, Ramuji. Thank you. All right, we'll pause with that. Chat box, let's see. Hari Om Durjanam Parati withdrawal. Okay. This is why they are husband and wife, sir. Wife, sorry. Okay. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.